Hello, hello, friends. It's me, Cynthia, and Marty, and Azalea,
Hello.
and Sam is joining us all the way from Ohio. Sam.
Hi guys.
Gotta make sure you're real.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, "Hey, get in there, you guys," but I didn't make them get in there. Maybe later I'll make them get in there. But if anyone wants to let us know if the stream is, if you can hear us and see us, we will jiggle the antenna to the internet if we need to, and maybe push some buttons if we're muted.
Basically, refresh.
We have the tools of refresh and checking the settings. That's our tools. So what's everyone doing today? I set up a show and then tore it down in one day. Did a one-day show, and I did it yesterday.
Wow.
We were doing a Rad Fest, and we got stuck, as one of my vendor friends said, in detention. We were at Highwire, and usually, we're part of Rad Fest, but you would never know it. There were no signs. We were like, hello, friends? But a lot of people are like, well, I can't find you. Where are you at? And I was like, well, shoot. So anyway, we had kind of one of those days where we're standing around with our teeth in their mouth, as I like to say. That's a good one. If you guys remember the show, who's that on? Dukes of Hazzard. I knew. I grew up with that show, and we would say that, standing around with your teeth in your mouth. That was us today. Oh, hello, Wendy. Hello, Nilda. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Karen. And I see Shannon. It's going. Michelle says I'm always either too early or I miss everything due to work.
Too early.
Too early. Sometimes we're not on yet. Hello, Shannon. Looks and sounds good. Thank you. Thank you guys for letting us know. Stream is good on YouTube. And now they have a new thing on YouTube. It's I think it's fake names for you to protect you. Says I don't know if it's going to show up as NSAB. I don't know who that is. Is it showing it?
Do what?
It's just the new, like, little names that.
Yeah,
YouTube
that's like
gives
their
people.
YouTube tag. I don't know why they do that. It's not
I think
even
it's
like
to
their
protect
actual
your email
username.
so people can't. I'm not really sure what you can do. I guess you can send somebody some spam. If you didn't know that. Oh, Marty's patiently waiting.
Yeah, he wants his treat. Look at his face. He's ready now.
But I did get a little bit of work done. What did I do today? I looked at all my beads and pendants and things, and I rearranged them. And I put tags on things that did not have a tag. That's the other step, is tagging and selling it. Because I'm good at making things. Like making the necklace and then getting to the point where I put the tag on it is like another, who knows how long, like 2 months, maybe. Although I did this necklace, I actually made several years ago and just looked at it. Isn't that funny? Sometimes you do that. I don't know why I made that. It's record beads. I went to African Village, and you've probably seen them. They're on a long, like, it looks like a solid amount. Like, these are all strung together tight. So it's like the slices are compacted. That cat's, if you guys are wondering, that cat's coughing. I got a cat that's always hacking. He's just patient. Look at how locked in that cat is right here. This one is, his eyes are not. Oh,
they're not leaving the tree.
Smile. He looked at me like, what are we waiting for here?
Dang. He is ready now.
He is so ready. He's got his treat. He's a patient cat. He looks forward to this one. We get the chair. Usually this chair is here unless we have a game night. And then we move it out of the way so we can roll dice with abandon. We can really get in there and stand up. A stand-up roll. You're shaking your fist. I don't know if anyone else plays it used to be called Greedy, but now it's called Farkle.
Big and greedy.
Look at that big greedy cat. He is handsome. All right. Well, I had a couple of ideas for today. And I knew I was going to be like, I don't know, because I had to tear down the show. I tore down a little bit early. I don't usually do that, but there was like nobody around and it was getting cold and the wind was picking up and my stuff was like getting blown all over. And I was like, you know what? For my and everyone else's safety and sanity, I'm going to pack this stuff up. Oh, I see Clem is joining us. Hello, Clem, my friend. And I see Michelle Green's on here. And I see a new friend. I don't know if this is your actual name, but it's Neri. That might be your YouTube given name. And it says, "This is my first time watching live. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you." Well, we're like 5 minutes in. It feels like that was like 1 minute, but my time judgment is inaccurate, to say the least. That Azalea would attest to that. Like when she's like, I know if she's going to tell me it's time to get ready, I have to leave myself a lot of time to walk back around the house a few times looking for my stuff or looking for my glasses, and they'll be on my face.
Yeah, she says it's
Oh,
time
Wendy
to go,
says, handsome circus bear cat.
Circus bear cat.
Oh,
wow.
That's nice. My little circus cat. He is so sweet tonight. Kaylee says, good evening, everyone. I like that. Oh, Pamela says, good evening. Snowing in Ohio tonight.
Really?
Oh, Sam, you're going to be flying in the ice and snow. He's headed up to Chicago tomorrow to fly back down to Cincinnati. Isn't that nice? I was like, I hate when they do that.
Wow.
Oh, Kaylee says, Karen. That's her name that's her YouTube given name. You know that YouTube is going to assign you a new name. Oh, Karen had her first snowstorm. I don't want a snowstorm. Debbie. Hello, ladies. Hello, Debbie. Wendy says, nice. Welcome to the crazy crew, new person. I love that story. All right, let's think about what we're going to do. I wanted to show a little bit of what I made because that's always kind of fun to do. I'm going to flip this camera around. We have a different setup than we did. If you remember before, I broke the last camera thing by forcing it. See, there's a thing. If you force camera equipment too far or try to lean it in any different direction it doesn't want to go, it'll break. And I challenged that thing and I did not win the challenge. It broke. So I'm going to switch this around. It's real high tech. Yeah, see how high tech that is? That's my hand, and don't worry, I am just lowering us the old-fashioned way. Yeah, that creak, that's I don't know why that thing should creak.
It's like some like rubbery stuff on the inside or something.
Yeah, something's in there. Something creaking. Oh, I wanted to show something I just got on eBay, Etsy. Check this out. I mixed it all together. Oh, what's wet over here? Let's fix that. We don't need to deal with that right now. Look at these things. Where's some light? Get some light over here so you can see this good stuff. Nancy says, I heard NC is going to get more snow than usual this winter. Ugh. I don't want that story. Oh, hello, Michelle. Hello, my friends. So these are called goby stones. And last time I showed these to y'all, I showed you the little ones that I got on this plate. Why isn't autofocus doing its thing? Autofocus? Let me check it. Autofocus is not doing its thing. It should be on. Why isn't it doing its thing? Well, I guess we're going to have to aim it correctly.
Did you click it?
I did click it. Sometimes. Anyway, we'll do this and look. I wonder if this will work. If it won't work. I thought maybe it might, but sometimes this stuff doesn't look like how you think it is. Let me see, maybe if I get close. Nah, it's not going to do it. Dang, that ain't going to work. I have this magnifier, and it seems like I love it because it magnifies 50 times, but the glare on it makes it where you can't really see what you're trying to see. So it's not good for the live. Clem says, yummy, looks like candy. These are crazy how these grow. It's unreal. So they grow inside of a porous, it looks like Swiss cheese. And it's made from, they're like chrysocolla, which is kind of a silica type thing. Kind of like how opals have the same kind of gelatinous look. So look at this. Let me see if it'll show up close to the camera. Autofocus you. I'm gonna have to. Why does it want to do that?
I think you're having a hard time over
Well,
here.
you know how it is. I was
Let
thinking
me
maybe
see.
I'll tap it.
Did you tap it on this? Because you're supposed to tap it on this.
I thought it was on autofocus. I
No.
thought autofocus meant it did it on purpose.
I don't know, but sometimes if it's not working, you have to go to
You
camo
got
and
to
click it.
digitally jiggle.
But look, see, now there it goes.
Yeah, you got it. Oh, but they could be wrong, Nancy. You're right, and that's funny. Neri says the forbidden candy. Yeah, that's
I'll buy
100%
that.
true. Yeah, check out this pattern. So they grow at different rates. Maybe it's not on focus. It's focusing on the background. Yeah, it's kind of annoying when that happens. I'm gonna do it work. There it goes. But if I go away from this spot, then as soon as I move my hand, and I can't leave it on there, it's pretty cool. But they're natural, so there are a couple different hardnesses. So if you look carefully here, let me see how close I can go. Back over. Oh yeah, I can get in there. That's pretty tight. So if you look close, there are two different hardnesses, and they get this texture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this beautiful patterning that etches the surface. And if this material is softer than this, it'll whittle it away over time and make these really cool. Like it almost looks like alien writing. Like check this one out. This is a good one. Oh yeah, you can kind of. They say they're fakes, but this is. I'm not sure how you could fake it. I don't know how you would do it unless it was some other material. Because you can, if you look, like you can't. I mean, it'd be too much work to try and make that. You know what I mean? Like when they say fakes, they're talking about Z beads, DZI, and they have a type of way to etch them, but they don't look like this, as far as I know. The ones I've seen don't look like. I mean, I can tell. Because their patterns that they do with the fakes, they're too perfect. Like they're too symmetrical and they look. I feel like you can tell. There's no way to etch it. I know enough about lapidary that if you were to try and etch it by hand to get these patterns through here, that's too labor intensive. I mean, you can't sell it for $40 or however much. These like big pretty ones are like $40 a piece. This was in a 50-gram pack that I got. I think it was like $30 maybe. 30 or 35, something like that. Like, look at this. Isn't that cool? You see how it has that, like just like translucency of the different layers. When you look at them with the light, it's pretty unreal. Let me see if I can grab that light to show it. Let me see if this shows some of the coloration. Like I was having so much fun playing with these and like looking at how they're so bright and pretty. And like, look at the color on this one. I know this was kind of weird how I was like so into it because I was like, you're really into those. I'm like, you don't even know. So into it. Anyway, this light's not making it any easier to show it. Like, and this, I think I showed this before, but this is graffiti from Seattle, ranging back from modern times. Is this bright fluorescence? And on this side, look how many layers. So this was a bridge in Seattle that this was taken from, or they're working on it. And near the base is where this guy found this stuff. And it's spray paint that has been like adhered to layer upon layer for decades. So that's how thick that is. Isn't that cool? Every time this gets put on a lap grinder and smoothed away, this pattern, which is very much like Mocha Megane. Look, I wonder how close I can get to show you. It's so beautiful. I told Azar, I was like, wouldn't that make good handbag patterns? But you can see the colors. Like these are old, like the graffiti or the murals back in the 60s were a lot different, I think. I mean, they seem more muted compared to, and like it's kind of interesting to look through. I wanted to get all of them, but I didn't. I had to be pretty good. As opposed to Z. Michelle says, can totally tell these are natural. Yeah, the Z beads are for sure very natural. Yeah, they're amazing. If you get a chance, look up Gobi agates or Gobi Desert agates. Okay, this is back on to focusing on. All right, here we go. All right, so let's put that aside. I showed off my thing on my new obsession, which is Gobi stones. And this, I'm thinking about making a pattern with that, like going into Procreate in the app and making some new patterns for bags. I think this would be a particularly good bag. Julie says, is that Fordite? It looks just like Fordite. That's what I thought it was when I first saw it. But Fordite is pretty interesting. I have some that my dad, when he worked at the Ford plant in the 60s, he gave me a piece of it, and it's pretty cool. But this is a similar idea, but this is mural paint from like spray paint. But it's the same, like the car paint is shinier. I have a few rings with Fordite, and it's the same concept. You get that same where it drips, and all the paint drips and drips and drips along the base where people are spray painting. That's this collected. So that's why it's not a continuous, smooth, flat surface, but the buildup of all the dripped paint over the years. So it makes a really, I do want to do that where I smooth this off and see what's the next layer. I got this from my new friend at the Gem Club in Hendersonville. Karen, I got this at the show. I was set up there last month. I don't know if you guys remember that. When I talked about being at Gem Club, it was pretty fun. I made these earrings the other night. Check these out. These are pretty cool. This is from Mini Lucky Dip that I had going. Was that 2 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks ago now. But is it going to autofocus or am I have to do it again when I go in there and do it?
The clicking is very quick and easy.
I'm just making sure. Sometimes it does it on its own. Is it really hard? Let me see how close I can get that. Let's go look as close as possible. You can see the layers. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It might have been stabilized. Right here I can see some of this resin type. It feels dense. It's not cold like stone, and it doesn't feel like vinyl. It kind of feels like a little bit like linoleum. But I think it's been stabilized. And stabilizing is what they do to turquoise, howlite, coral, different fragile stones. They'll use this stuff called I don't know how you say it, but it's spelled HXTAL, hextol, and it's like a resin epoxy used for bonding and preserving the surface of stones like amber. Sometimes it'll crack, and you can repair it with that, and it'll keep it together so you can do any repairs that you might have to do, and it'll keep it from cracking even further. So this feels like it was soaked in that material. So anyway, it's not. I don't know. I'm in love with it. So anyway, that's what obsession number one. I couldn't find anything about it on the internet, and I scoured the internet under any kind of tag I could think of, and I couldn't find anything on it. So that was kind of mysterious. So here's some earrings. This is from Mini Lucky Dip. I made those for today or this weekend, and these were super easy to make. Head pin, a long silver head pin. And then I just grabbed a lot of the similar size. They're not exactly the same. And I didn't bother with trying to make them perfectly patterned. You know what? When your face is in between these two, it's not going to matter. Nobody's going to be like, hey, that's not exactly, lining up. So I just did like warms and then cool. And I dipped it out of, I had a container over here of Mini Lucky Dip, and I poured them in. So today, that's what ends up happening. When I'm at the show, I'll end up making like a thing where I can make jewelry while I'm waiting for customers to show up. And sometimes they just get dumped into these containers like this. Let's see if I can get this in line. This thing, it's kind of precarious because it's the arm is some kind of snake head type or snake neck clamp. It's kind of jiggly. It's not real sturdy. Oh, Wendy says, you have damn wonderful friends. Ah, yes, I do. Debbie says, interesting patterns. Yeah, I'm in love. I think this is going to make, this is particularly my favorite because I love the orange and red together. I think it's really beautiful. Okay, I showed that, and I want to show this too. I didn't price it. This is for me, this is a hard part, is pricing. Like I did this one the other day or yesterday while I was standing around, but I like to make a little shopping list of all the things that are on the necklace. This one with so many things. Go back up this way. And so I like to put what everything is on there. So I list it all. Put my name on that so they can keep it. And it's a nice hard little paper. All the different types of stones. So if you look, you can see all the stones on here. And I put this as the button. Little silver firefly. And this has a really pretty color shift. If you looked at this in the light, let me see if I can get some more light on that. It's in the dark. With this winter lighting in here, it's so dark.
No.
We have to adjust. All right, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? So this was how I put them on the table. I have a T-bar, and I'll hang them. And when the sun is glinting through them, then I'm going to end up selling them. I'm going to make some dollar bills that day. This time I didn't have as much sun going through, so that was not so many of those sold. So this one, just finished this probably 5 years ago. Never tagged it, and it's been sitting in my studio. So I was like, hey, I'll make the tag, and I still haven't done it. Clem says, is that knotted or crocheted? This one is crocheted, and you can see it's way early. It's kind of loose, like big stitch. So that one you can see. You can really see it. This one, if you look, it's very, I'm a big fan of the color shift. So it starts at this point here, because I like it to be where it's a seamless shift. I start on one end where it's like all the light colored amber. And then you can see it getting warmer and warmer and warmer until it is finally at the dark part of the amber, which this glints with a blue glow, because this is, let me see if it's going to do it here. It doesn't. Maybe these orangey ones do it with the blue sheen. This one might not be that type of amber, and it looks like it's not. Sometimes you can tell. You just hit it with a UV light, and blue amber will fluoresce. Oh, the necklace before that, yes, that one is also crocheted. The trick is to have enough stock where you can kind of let things sort of live in the box. I have a tea box that all these necklaces live in, and sometimes they'll hang out in the tea box until they're ready to join the world. And sometimes I get them out and look at them and photograph them and use them in my social media. This is one that's been languishing as well. I like to, you probably recognize this one because it's one that I use in my pictures pretty frequently. And it has a little teeny fine silver charm. That's from one I used to make these in PMC Plus. So then, or PMC 3, or maybe that's standard. Anyway, it was the one that shrank the most. I can't remember. It's been so long since I did PMC, but I think it's probably the first version because it shrank like crazy. So anyway, that has a little bitty mermaid on there. Isn't that cute? You can really see the little details. And I color shifted all this and put the beads pretty close together. That opal, it's glinting in my eyes. Isn't that pretty? Azalea said I should do earrings tonight, but I was kind of not feeling like making earrings. That was my initial plan, was to show how I made Oh, thank you. Shannon says, super cute mermaid charm. Those were labor intensive to make back in the day. Hand pressing those guys out. Oh, thank you. That's Karen says, they're beautiful necklaces. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is when you put them, if you do, this is a medium crochet thread, Ceylon, nylon in regular size, I guess standard. The one before it was, or no, this is not standard. This is fine as well. I was thinking of this one here. This is the one that's standard. You can see the difference in size. See, this is standard S-lon or C-lon, pretty much same thing. And then this is the micro cord. Oh, Melanie says, if you liked PMC, you would like art clay. I have tried art clay. I do like it. It's pretty good. I don't like it as much as I like the brand of PMC that's by Mitsubishi. It's nice and silky. Oh, this has look at this, is carved tourmaline. I wish I could find more of those. But that was many, many, many moons ago. If only. You know, you never know what you're going to like. Well, I did know I was going to like them, but sometimes you cannot get all the ones you want. Wendy says, I'm trying to get some stones together to make a fall necklace. Oh, that's fun. I love that story. I am crazy about this kind of opal, y'all. Look at this kind of opal. Look at that color. I don't know if everybody likes that, but I love it. Like, this is like fluorescent. I just think it's beautiful. It looks really good with these sapphires right in there. Anyway, this is a more expensive necklace because it's, number one, the beads are like more densely stuck together, and there's just higher, like more fancier stones on there, like a lot of opal. It's my favorite. And some of these like are little sapphires. You can't even really see them. Like, that's Tunduru's gem gravel from the Tunduru riverbank. I got a little vial of those in the 90s, and I still have that same vial. I put them on necklaces. It's like my most special, precious beads. They're little pebbles, and they drilled them, and they are sapphires and tanzanite and all kinds of crazy, gorgeous, like every gemstone you can think of in this gem gravel from the Tunduru River. It's beautiful. Anyway, that's that necklace. That's what I was doing. So also now I'm going to show you, oh, I'm wearing them. So I made these. These are kind of fall colored, Wendy. So I used ready-made chain with this, but you could make this if you had some time. But that's wire wrapped together to make a chain. And then I put on some little sweet little amber spheres at the bottom. I thought those were cute. This is a project that takes about 20 minutes. You cut your chain, but if you're careful, you can loop it back together. One of these, like, you don't have to have and clip it and have one wasted. You can fold it over. And that's really, I can't show it on this because it's such fine work. I need to magnify it like crazy to show. But yeah, those were super easy. The hardest part was making a ball out of when you cut the top off of one of these chains to trim it, you'll have like an open loop. But if you cut it in such a way where you can bend them both, like curl both sides, and then you can still use that piece instead of having to trim it off. Oh, thank you. Your color stories are wonderful. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. So here's a fun thing. All right, so this is new. I think I showed it before. Do I have that ready, preloaded, and ready to rock and roll?
Send it.
All right, I'm going to hit it. Okay, so this happened this week. So when we were working all that stuff for the pre-order, which has been shipping since last week, we just started shipping all that stuff out. So if you're waiting on any fine pewter to be sent your way, it is in production, and we have a bunch of packages we're filling up. Zoe's been working every day to get those to you. So it's coming soon to you. This did not make it on that pre-order from the GBE. I thought I could finish it, but I keep hitting this thing. This is from like 2020 is this arm. But if you're interested, we have some of these. They are ready to go. This is a little river mermaid. So if you can picture it, like if you're at the Swannanoa, that's the local river over here. It's like one of the oldest rivers in the world. If you were, I mean, one of the oldest is the French Broad. I didn't want to name it the French Broad Mermaid because it's kind of, seems polluted. But anyway, there's so much debris in it since Helene. How could this little critter survive, right? So I was imagining this as a real, if this were like a little shrimp, but it lived in the Swannanoa and it jumped into your hand, this is what I was picturing that happening. I was like, this would be what it would look like, except not as flat. I made it a little more flat so it wasn't so heavy duty, because apparently if it's, one of the things is if you make the pieces too well rounded in 3D, they become heavy duty and the weight becomes too much for some folks. So anyway, I really want to paint this, and I would paint her kind of all different kinds of gray colors. Oh, I see. Narissa says, I just got your Shibuichi seahorse mermaid. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Debbie says, love her. Reminds me of the Grindylows in the lake in the Harry Potter movie. Oh, yeah, the Grindylows. Yeah, that's cute. I like that story, how they made them like they were like the not as cute cousins of the Caribbean mermaids. Pretty cute. So how they had like, they're kind of green. All right, anyway, so that's coming. That's new. If you guys want to get in on that, we have that ready to go. They're cast. They're finished. And real snazzy. She has, look at this little thing. She's kind of like, I made her have like, her little hands are kind of clawed a little bit. And then she has like little bumps on her head. I thought they were cute. Kind of like the little nobbins on a suckerfish, or what's called a lump suckerfish. They cling to the walls of the aquarium. They're like this big, and they're really super cute. They're pretty much my favorite fish because they clean things and they're cute and they have little arms. They've evolved to suction up against glass. Isn't that cool? Oh, Connie, my friend Connie is here. Hello, Connie. Connie says, hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. It's okay, Connie. We appreciate you being with us. If you did a show and you were at the Uncommon Market, Connie, I wish I was there at that. Me and Joanne both wish. Everyone, I think, at the show we were at today wishes they could be at the one with the people. That's what we were thinking. Because we were standing around, it was like the six of us. We were like, so you guys want to play? You guys want to play a game or something? We can drag these tables together. That didn't actually, I'm exaggerating. We didn't actually get to play games. We were busy catching our stuff from flying away because it was windy, real windy. Oh, I see our friend Ann Gardan. Hello. Yeah, Connie says, oh no, yeah, it was it was not real busy because it was like we were off in no man's land. I don't think anybody even knew where we were. Because we were part of Radfest, but we got kind of shoved over to this place called Highwire Brewery. And even though that was pretty good, like I was excited at first, then I realized when I couldn't find it that other people might have a hard time. I mean, I found the place, but I couldn't find where the market part was. I got this in an estate sale, and it's supposed to, I don't know if that shows. I just like magnifying glasses to show things. All right, let's see what's happening here. Well, we could make some earrings. Why not? I got all the stuff ready. I was thinking about, let me see if I can get a little closer. I'm going to get a little bit closer because I feel like I'm a million miles away. How do I get closer again?
There's a zoom on camera.
They call it spotlight? Is that the new zoom?
No, there's this thing that's a zoom. Scroll down.
Oh, I see.
Zoom.
All right. They're just being new.
They're all the time updating it.
They're doing some kind of different things to make it difficult to.
Just because they want to be like,
navigate.
oh, we update it regularly, and so they just change stuff around for no reason at all.
Yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason. They just do it. Connie says we were at Rad yesterday shopping. I didn't see it, Connie. That's because we were in no man's land, or what our friend called detention. But we did get some, socializing in, so that was kind of fun. We talked about shows we were doing. Wendy says, I wanted to come so bad, Connie. Yeah, Wendy, you'd had a good time walking around at the other parts of the show. Zelia just gave me a look. She's like, Ma. So this was the lucky dip. I added some of these guys. I was going to make some earrings, but those weren't. This is part of that. I just shoved all those because I was trying to wrap it up. But I've got all these little pieces in here for making earrings. And one of my favorite ways to make earrings is that stick way with the, where'd they go? These guys. And then these are really super easy. Connie says, I didn't make it to high wire. Yeah, it's okay. That's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, there weren't signs for it.
Yeah, there were. As I said, there was no sign.
Because I walked around with Sam, and there were no signs.
Sometimes it's like they weren't turning any artists away. That's what they said, and I think they got overwhelmed with how many people responded to asking to be in the show, and so local businesses were like, okay, we'll open it up, but they didn't necessarily promote or tell anyone. So while we were there, and it was good to have a place to set up, it wasn't great to not have the promotion that you really do need to make a show. I shared it, but sometimes when you share it, how many people actually see things on Instagram? Oh, I wanted to show these beads. If you ever make polymer, that cat is hacking it up again. You go put her somewhere where she's not like right next to my ear.
She's just gonna come right back to her spot.
I got a cat that makes so much noise.
Coughing, gagging, sneezing,
she's
meowing.
all the time making noise. Oh, yeah. There was a ton of people riding their bike. It was a great place to ride your bike. It's where I ride my bike. Is right in the River Arts District.
Yeah, it wasn't too hot or too cold today.
Yeah, it's beautiful. These are, if you can believe it, these are polymer clay, y'all. And I've had these in my collection for a really long time. They're made by Karen Lewis, or her brand is called Clue. I don't think she makes stuff anymore. Sometimes she pops onto this live. And so Karen, if you're watching, I use your beads. I made this necklace a really long time ago, but it popped up in my collection. And I was like, maybe I'll show it and see what you can do with some of those things. This is the Shibuichi components, but those also have a fall vibe. Wendy, don't you think? And with these citrine color, I think they called that Golden Shadow. That was one of my favorite of those quartz or those crystals. Oh, Raven says, my cat has asthma. He has to have meds every other day. He doesn't hack anymore. That's sometimes the case. Sometimes she doesn't do it, but it seems like when we have the house closed up, it must be allergies, because when it's closed up with heating, she is then hacking it up. So I think she has an allergy to people. What is happening? I can barely pick up these things. What's going on? I have a silicone pad under here, which makes it easy to make stuff. Where my visors go? And I was just standing here and I have my optivisors. Uh-oh, sorry, honey. I bumped his foot. He didn't like it. So don't, Mama. You might throw me off my game. Okay, so if we make some earrings, I'll show how I like to make them. I can make them fast ones. One of my secret techniques to make quick, fast earrings, I'm going to show you. Super fast. But, yeah, check this out. Oh, wow, I thought those were labradorites. And this must be the dust. Yeah, there's for sure dust.
She's just sickling.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the lucky dip we had. This one is the most recent one. This is the bigger size from a few times. I keep a tin of them. Whatever's left, I usually keep it. This one filled this tin. And sometimes I'll just throw whatever beads I'm working on into it. But this stuff comes in like pre-done. Oh, and I see Karen says, I give my cat cetirizine and an inhaler when needed. Her face is very flat. Oh, that sucks. I know that feeling. Marty's face is flat, but he doesn't make that noise. So this is these earrings here, and I just trimmed off a section of this. And I was going to make another pair. Let's make another pair while I'm sitting here. I was going to show some other things, but you never know what's going to happen. I'm feeling kind of low energy tonight just because we had to tear up, tear down, you know. Oh, I had some earring things already out here. These, I like these heavier ones. I get these from Rio. They're pretty good. They're a tad heavier than some of them, but I like them a little heavier so they don't lose their shape. So we'll use those. And you'll be surprised how fast. Actually, you probably won't be surprised because you probably expect it to be pretty quick, especially if you round it out like the end with, maybe I can find a big bead. Maybe this will look good. I thought about putting these great big ones. And I say great big when this is an 8mm. It's not that big. I thought about putting them at the end of this. Let's see if that works. I think it's kind of fun. I don't know. What do you think, Azalea? This lepidolite, that gem grade lepidolite, is that too big?
No.
Or would it be better with something small? This is that stone that's the one with medical powers. You know,
Medicinal powers.
Secret 7 or Super 7, and then there's also Super 21. They said that it's. One guy was telling me, he's like, very rarely is it actually all 21 gemstones.
Oh.
He says it's usually like they just say that. And I was like, I didn't want to hear that, bro. He's like, if you have a light, you can check. And I was like, whew. Well, I do. There's some of the gemstone or the gem material fluoresces. It's not going to be the same. These real pretty amethyst might look good. Oh, Michelle says, those polymer clay beads you showed, I can't believe they were not labradorite. I know, they're crazy. Karen says, I can hardly wait for my gem and pearl containers. If you ordered any of the pewter, the fine pewter, with the new, that's what's been holding that train up. And since that stuff's done, we're shipping. I was trying to say slowly, but it's not real slow. Zoe cranked out like 50 packages the other day. She said it was her biggest amount. She started like 6 o'clock in the morning and went till 5 or 6 or something and got so many done. So she's sending them out. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim to a length. And what I like to do is on the end of this one that's trimmed, I'll curl the ends. I'm going to hopefully be able to show you. It's small work though, because this is like 26 gauge. Michelle says, go big. Okay, I hear you. I mean, if we're going to go big, should we go even more? You guys want to see something else? I just saw these. My friend Jamie Yoshida gave me these. You know, you guys know Jamie Yoshida. She's in Hawaii. She came to visit Asheville, and she brought me this Tahitian pearl pack. Check this out. I just found this in my pearl earring collection, and it has little gold components and gold wire, like gold vermeil. I thought about putting these. I'm going to make a pair. The black ones are going to be for Azalea. These are the Tahitian pearls, Azalea. This is that gift from Jamie. So you get these, the black ones.
Slay.
And then I want the silver ones.
These are awesome.
If you can see them up close, they have a lot of iridescence. Yes, Clem says Jamie and Jason. I've known those guys for so many years. They're some of my very first customers. They came to see me in Tucson. And then when they had a show in Hawaii and Honolulu, it was one of my all-time most favorite shows to do. Yeah, I was like thinking maybe I found this over there. Look at these. These are orange garnets, or not orange garnet, orange kyanite. I sprung for this room from a friend of ours, and then later I was like, they kind of look like orange hessonite, except they have a sheen, which is how you tell the difference. See that sheen? It's like labradorite. That's orange kyanite does that. If it doesn't have this, then it's probably not orange kyanite. If it's transparent all the way through, like this, see how this is orange garnet, right, or hessonite. So if you have these two and you're like, whoa, this is probably orange kyanite. You can tell them apart by that. See that shimmer, the chatoyance? That's how you tell it. Karen says, Jamie and Jason have wonderful pearls. Yeah, because they go to Tahiti and go right in there and check it out. I don't know if I'm going to use those. So anyway, I might let's just do this and we'll trim it. think this long will be good. I think I need to, I'm too far, I'm too close. Let's see. All right, it's a little bit better. We don't need those I keep wanting to call these goji berries. They're not goji berries. They are gobi stones from the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. Chain. I see a thing that says chain. Reminds me of amber, but more orangey. Yeah. Where did I buy this chain? I don't know. It's been a long time ago when I bought this one. It was really popular at the shows for a minute. You see it still, but they're more basic now. Okay, so right here, let me see if you can see this when you go. I'm gonna do the tight work. Okay, so you see how this, if you cut it when you're dividing up this chain, so to get the maximum use out of it, you're going to have this. That's no bueno. You don't want that. So what you're going to do, this is the little trick to making this, like you could cut there, but this thing might fall off, and that has actually happened. So don't do that, number. Do instead get yourself these little pliers with their needle and bent at the same time. All right, let me get in here. I've got my optivisors. I'm going to see if is this in focus. One of you young people, look at this screen and tell me if that's in focus, because I can't see it from here. All right, I'm going to focus in on this and show you. So you have, if you cut it in half, that works better. I don't know what happened when I cut this one. I didn't cut it right. But if you cut it where you have half, you can do this. Is it showing up? I see it showing up. Let me get in there even tighter. Okay, here we go. All right, so you see how there's, you have this. What you want to do is, okay, this is the hard part of this, is keeping my hand still. Twist in, so you make a little spiral, and if you can get it just right, you can bend it in like that. See, I almost had it. There we go. And tuck. And if you do it exactly right, if you cut it in the middle, oh shoot, I touched that end. That's why these little bent things are good, because you can get in there and really aim. Sorry, it's jiggling. Pinch them together. Well, close it up. All right. Can you see that? Let me see.
Click it again. Back it up a little bit. There you go. That looks pretty good.
Close a little bit more. But it takes a second to do. And it means that you don't have an open one. So there, it makes it like a little loop. And you can pinch it closed even more. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I think I want them to be this long. I'm going to make them long. Like that. And I'm going to put either this or this. So you can choose. I think the balls look pretty good. You can do a bigger, this gem grade. Look at that shine it has. What do you think, Azalea? I see that it says go big or go home.
Yeah, those look good.
Oh, those are my favorite pliers for chainmail and chains. Yeah. Okay, I see Wendy saying, I've seen it at places sell chain by the yard. Yeah, that's how they sell. It's on a roll. And you can get different ones. I have some that's really interesting. Really cool. Yeah, this is like the fastest. You can make earrings so quick with this. So I'm thinking maybe this or this. The color is right. Oh, that's just Marty. He's sharpening his claws on the back of my chair.
Brat.
Okay, I'm going to cut this. And the fun part is when you cut it, you get these little extras. And to remember to cut it at the middle part if you can. Gently, because it's really easy to mess it up. Okay, so then when you're done and you cut it, and with this one you get extra dangles. What part you? So there's one side, and then here you get the little dangles. You put those aside. You can add those to crochet necklaces or more earrings. And then you take your bent nose, needle nose, and I bend them in. There's no reason. If you bend them tight, they won't catch on your hair or anything, and you won't have to just leave it sharp. I never just leave them sharp. So you want to bend them inward. And if you're concerned about it, you could always go in with like a little bit of UV resin and make them and hit it with a little bit of UV resin, even in a color, and it'll become a little ball. And that's one way to do that, where it looks more professional and you won't have any danger of that last little ball coming off. It just looks more finished. So if you look at the earrings, you don't even see that spot. Okay, let's do the other side. Let's see how. And the last time I made these, I made them in it was so fast. It's always like, when did you start those? Like some of this stuff is so useful that they make this in India, and it used to be more popular. You used to find all kinds of gemstones, but it's really labor intensive. So when you see it, it's not usually a very cheap date because they use silver most of the time. I mean, I've seen it in base metal, but at that point, I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, there's that. Okay, looks pretty good. And then that has, I'll just go ahead and close that since I'm here. Might as well, right? It just takes a second. Oh, could be better. All right, that's close enough. All right, now look at this. Isn't that fun? I got that little collection. I'll throw it into the box. Okay, add the shepherd hook. Usually I wait till last, but sometimes that'll dictate whether or not I put a larger bead, because sometimes you get it on the earring hook and it's too big. So I put the hook on pretty early in the day. So there's that one. There's that one. Okay, so there's those looking good. Oh, Kaylee says, no real gemstones. They used to make no real gemstones. That's just, I didn't even know. I mean, I've seen some where there are fake stones, and I don't like that story. Oh, you used to wire up the stone back on. You can do that too, Michelle. That might be even faster than what I'm doing. I don't know how fast you are. If you're really super fast, that might be more efficient. But if you are like me and you see it and you don't want to be wasteful, you just tie it, you just curl those ends in, and no one needs to know it's on the end. And if it bothers you, you could put a dot of, you just redo it like you said. It's no problem. But you know what? No one will see it. That's the other thing, is no one's going to see that. Maybe they might if they're looking. If they had their optovisors on and they were checking it out. So which do you guys like better? I like this. That's a possibility. This is a possibility. That's too big, right? What do you think? Too big?
Well, don't forget to show the mermaid again.
Here
do it periodically.
Yeah, periodically. Yeah. It's like I need to make that happen because today wasn't a great shop. Wasn't a great working as far as like making money for the family, and like going out and selling stuff. Today was kind of like, how you say, tepid.
Did you have to pay?
No, I didn't have to pay. It was free. It was an event for artists, but the only thing was it was not that helpful if you're like kind of like by yourself.
And there's no customers. Yeah.
Well, there was the customers that went to the brewery, but that was not during the day on a Sunday. Is not going to be naturally that many people. So it would have been better if they'd said, "Hey, but that's how it is with shows. It's hit or miss. You never know what's going to happen."
They need to walk in.
What's good is when I do the Big Crafty, which is coming up.
Mm.
Actually, that might be the winner. I think right there, the Hessenite. Kaylee says the Hessenite. Yeah, I agree. That one particularly too. Maybe there's more. This was in the latest Lucky Dip because I remember putting that in there. So it's kind of big, tiny bit on the. When I say big, it might be for that dip because sometimes if you put the Lucky Dip and it's too many variances in the size, then all the small stuff goes to the bottom. Where'd that other one go? I saw one that was an orange. Oh, these are two different cuts. That's the only thing. It's kind of annoying. I want it to match. Sometimes it doesn't match. You just have to deal and do something else. Okay, might do. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I want to do this one with this. Let's see how that looks. I'll probably have to find another one over there. Yeah, Michelle says, I can be fast depending on how small the stones are. I definitely kept the dangles for clusters. Yeah, those are super useful. And don't forget, you can use them on your crochet necklaces. So that's a win. Okay, so one thing I do to protect it, like the Hessenite and the gray-green stones. Yeah, those are good. The gray-green, that's the gem gray lepidolite. I kind of love it. I've been on the fence. I like both. But I have to track down one more of this one. I think I saw one on my other bead tray. But that's not it. Digging around. And this is when I started and I closed it. I closed it too soon. Okay, I'm going to put that one on there. Sometimes I'll make these a little bit bigger so they will have a little bit more space to dingle dangle. This is a checkerboard cut flat. It's cute. And the little dangles, these are vermeil. It's a mixed metal piece. I really like it. I think it looks good to have mixed metals. I wear mixed metals all the time. But I like how these little crystals or these little stones will kind of jangle around the edge of this piece. When it's time, I'll show you. That's actually too big of a hole. Let's make it better. You can hear the wind is starting to pick up. Oh, I put it in the wrong way. Good thing I caught that. I didn't want it to be off center. You got to get it through the post, the main post. Michelle says, I think both are gorgeous. Is that in focus or am I again in the land of needs to be adjusted? I thought autofocus meant I didn't have to do that.
I don't know. I don't have an explanation for you, but clicking it is pretty easy.
I know, but like if I'm hands-on, I can't do it.
You don't usually have to do this by yourself. I just focus it for you. I'm gonna kiss that cat. Did he get his treat yet?
He got some of his treat.
Did you show your frog print already?
Oh, I forgot about it. No, I didn't show it.
I like those pumpkin cut chalcedony on the side of the screen. Oh, can they not see those? Those are fancy and pretty.
Yeah, those are the leftovers. This was a leftover of yeah, I showed it.
Tucson mystery bundle.
The mystery bundle.
Looks similar, I guess. Maybe we didn't have that in there, but it looks familiar.
What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that's so pretty.
Here's the one I made that I wore. The first pair. They're more dainty, I think.
They're both very pretty. I like a dainty long
looks.
earring.
2 different looks. And this is silver, so you get a pop of silver. And you know what else you can do is you can add stuff to this chain. Say, if you thought, oh, I don't know, it needs more orange, it needs a little bit more of something, you can get in there and I don't know about this size, maybe a little bit smaller. Or you can go a different cut. That little sapphire, tuck that in there, might be juicy. Down at the bottom, look at that. Change it up a little bit. Maybe put another one on that side. It'd be really pretty. And that's all I have to do with the other one is put the other head pin on and it's done. So that's like the fastest earring. Nice, huh? And it would be even faster if I didn't tuck in that other one. I just cut it off and start over and just threw it to the side. That's even more quickly because then you can just do those some other time.
Very nice. Should show you print. It looks so good.
Oh yeah, the print. I want to show that.
It's yeah.
Okay, so check this out.
Fat. Looks like Barney. Bartis.
What do you guys think? Look at him. He doesn't want to talk about it.
I like that blunt one.
He's seen things.
He round.
So this is my latest painting. It's the background painting or the box painting of my game. It's coming out. It's going to be the greatest game of all time, y'all. Get ready.
It's going to be awesome.
This is where the text is going to go right through here. But I made prints because I just thought, Joanne said, you need to make prints. So I said, okay, and I'm doing it. So this is my game. It's coming soon. I don't know how soon, but it's coming. All the elements are almost done. It's coming together. You'll see a Kickstarter at some point. I'm going to make a video of Marty in an outfit that's like a frog. Something to look forward to.
Frog outfit.
I have a frog puppet that y'all will like to see. Oh, and if you haven't seen something, I have to show it to you because it's super, super cute. Okay, my friend Hobie Ford, you know, the famous puppeteer. You guys get ready. So
you should do it with the camera flip so they can see Marty's reaction to him.
Marty's reaction.
Yeah, let's flip
Wait, not yet. I want to show it. Marty Frog. It's so cute. You guys, wait a minute. Okay, get ready. There's my hand.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? My friend Hobie made this, and it's
very small.
Look how small it is. Look how small. Let me get this out of the way for a second. You guys even believe this? Look at all this. Look at all this action. So she could run. Azalea running through for our puppetry project. Kind of hard. It's not super hard to control. Is it in focus? Can't see it from there.
No, it's kind of blurry. Let me see.
It looks just like you.
I like it when Marty bit it.
So I showed this to Marty, and when he saw it, so stunned, and he leaned over it, and his eyes turned super black, like that cat from Puss in Boots, and he reacted like lightning and bit this, but not hard. He just put his mouth on it, but he didn't bite down. So it's so cool.
Now I know what's going to happen to me if I was small.
So I told Azai, I said, you guess what? You know that you would be in trouble if you were ever to go, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Y'all remember that movie? Azalea would be in deep trouble.
I would sit on his neck and ride him like a horse, and be like, go. Yeah,
go, team,
he'd bite me.
Sit in my hand, kicking. Just like, you can see me jump. I can jump. I can kick. But what I'm going to have to do, the head is a tiny bit, the eye line's a little bit high. So what I'm going to do is resculpt some of that and make it look just like yeah. It'll look good. But didn't Hobie do such a good job? It's like just like my drawing.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's so surprised. Look up. It's so cute. It is so teeny. You know, sometimes when I'll hold it and I want to do like this. And look at it. It's like, don't squeeze me. Or Azalea used to say that she used to say, keek. That meant let me go in her own language. Keek. You guys, you never know what you might see on here. All right.
Let me flip it for you.
We're getting ready to flip this around. Whoa.
Hello?
Drink over.
Is it empty?
No, it's coffee. It's coffee. Oh. And then Joanne gave me this. This was my gift, you guys, for being good at the show. Look at this.
What kind of sound was that?
And if you're wondering if this has little tufts on it, like Braille, it does. And it's very satisfying to pet. It's my friend Joanne gave me that.
Joanne. Everybody knows Joanne.
I'm just saying. That was my prize for the day.
Awesome.
This cat, he doesn't want to have it.
Look at his big off face. He's ready for his snack.
Is he? He doesn't look like he's ready for anything.
He wants to eat. His face is thick. So now he's kind of perking up a little bit. He's looking at you closely.
Oh, there
ready.
he goes.
Locked in. Neuron activation.
Yeah, he likes a treat. Oh, so what were we talking about? We have a little bit of Lucky Dip left. Also, what else is happening? D-Stash this Friday. I have to look at the times. I'll share it again. But that's happening Friday. It's a different day for us. It's a TGB event. If you guys are around and you want to see something fun, apparently Candy said it's going to be like a sidewalk sale. So think of it just like a sidewalk sale of fun things that we're going to hunt around for. It's what got me, like I started digging in my stuff, looking around to see what would be good. I think Jill is going to have like a sample sale. So it's going to be, everybody doesn't know what they're going to do, except they know it's going to be fun. So if you're not doing anything on Friday, you can tune into our virtual event on YouTube and Facebook. Where else is it tuning in on? I think YouTube and Facebook. That's where everything is happening. Right, little daughter?
Yeah. I never seen
down
it.
his hind legs. He probably won't do it now. Let's see if he'll do
Just
it.
big and greedy. Look at.
Yep. Look, he's like a little circus cat. That's so cute.
Wow. Very, very plush.
Brown.
See, he's brown. Very wide.
He looks like the Alice in Wonderland cat. That's because he is a golden British short hair. He is actually the cat. That's a good eye. You spotted. That's the type of. Was that the material from when we went shopping? What material? What material did we go shopping? We went shopping several times. Oh, no, I remember now. No, that wasn't when we went. I know what Wendy's talking about. That's from a different time. She got that in New York. That's what that fabric. He does tricks for treats. He will do tricks. Not many tricks. He just wants to ask for them. And get some cat chocolates. All right, my friends, I'm going to get something to eat and do something else with tonight and relax. All right, my friends, I will see you on Wednesday. We have another live coming up on Wednesday, 7 Eastern time. And I'm not sure what we're going to do on that day. We might be doing something what's Wendy saying? I was just scooping some beans and thought about your gorgeous little shovel. Do you think you guys would ever consider making those as a specialty item? Maybe. You guys know I love a tiny spoon. It's one of my favorite things is a little bitty spoon. All right, my friends, y'all have a good night. We love you out there and hope you have a creative rest of your week. Who's meowing? The cat's always meowing. All right, friends.